Hi there, hope you're doing good. So here I am with the update number 4 to this file. And previously what we did is already being covered in 3 videos earlier shared. Let me give you a quick view. So we have daily files which we want to pull into a system where we can process these. So we have built a system where we can put the file links in here and those will get processed. If you want to process any of the in between month file, you can select that month in here and only that will get processed. You can also exclude few tabs which you don't want to process. If there are any extra tabs available in the daily sheet, you can always add those name in here so that those will get excluded, not for only one sheet, for all. Then the pull data jumps in. Initially, what we did, we were pulling in the whole the daily data instead the monthly data, and not the daily data. And then later on, it was decided that we want to pull the daily data. After completing the daily data, we have a merged result for that particular month. And then we have plotted the dashboard, which we have already discussed. Then a new request was made that you want to add time-based data. For that, I have built this time-based database. How this will work, you have nothing to do with this time-based. We can hide this, but I'll show you in this demo and then we can hide it. How this will work, so the dashboard will remain the same, the dashboard where we are plotting the combined cumulative data. I'll arrange those later. I think those got scattered. All right, I'll align those later. So these are the dashboard updating with the same control. So only two controls needed, the dates. So from which date to which date you want to plot the data. So if I'll select June 1st to June 30th, you can see the data is plotting at the bottom, whereas time data is not plotting. So to plot time data, we need to select which product you want to use. So let's select Electrica. Now you need to select which field you want to choose. So I have given all the fields so that you can have a control and maybe you can have a hit and trial thing. So let me select ROAS, which we have already discussed to add. So if I plot ROAS on this timeline, you can see our plot has been made for Electrica, which is going up and down like this. And the ROAS values are ranging from 0 to 25. And if I want to reduce the date for maybe only first 15 days, now you can see the first 15 days are being processed. Similarly, you can see the same plot at the bottom where there is an orange line, which is a straight line. So this chart, the first chart is basically only to show the ROAS, only one field, which you can see service field plot. If you want to fix it to ROAS, we can change the name to ROAS time plot. Currently, it's plotting only for Electrica. If you want to add another, just to see how the ROAS over the time are comparing for both of these, you can see these are the highs and lows. So the ROS overall is high on the Senetra, but at some point, whereas it's generally smooth on the Electrica. So on the later part of from 10 June to 15 June, we can see some spikes, which are higher spikes than the Electrica, but Electrica is overall smooth. Now you can add the total Kamaiga. Total Kamaiga is obviously on the low side, which we can always see on the profit plot and others as well. So I'll see this. I remember your comment about the wrong matrix. We can discuss that on a call again. All right, so let me plot it again down to 30th of the June. All right, so you can see once I select the ROS, now you can see all the three ROS. The blue is in the Electrica ROS, red one is the Senetra ROS, and orange one is the Total Kamaiga ROS. And this is how they are plotting. If you want to plot any two, you can always select the delete and compare the two. Or if you can select any one of those and see, you can see the comparison. Okay, so on the below chart, you can see it's a comparison chart. So service field comparison plot is basically ROS and SCPA. So currently it's plotting all the ROS. You can see blue shaded area is the Electrica ROS, red one is the Senetra, and orange one, which we use the same theme. The total Kamaiga is the orange one. Even if you delete anyone, that will remain the same. Now, to compare it with the CPA, you can always click on this, and now you can see the click CPA is also getting plotted in lines. All right, to use this second chart, the comparison chart, how we are using it. Currently, I have plotted all three products. Let me delete two, and let's see what happens. So now you can see, now we can have we can see two charts. The blue shaded area is the ROS and the solid line is the CPA. So this is how the CPA is plotting against the ROS. So when the ROS is high, CPA is on the low side. Not always, but you can see and interpret accordingly. Let's plot the electric CPA ROS comparison for the Senetra. You cannot plot two combine because it won't make any sense. So I would suggest to use plot one at a time, one service to compare for the CPA or ROS. Let me plot the total Kamaiga. So this is how the total Kamaiga is plotting. So the CPA is high on this particular date or maybe in these three dates, but the ROS is on the low side. Whereas CPA is getting dropped. I think it's an automatic thing that when the ROS is high, you can maybe automatically drop the CPA, and maybe in these two dates you can see the CPA is low side, but the ROS is on a peak. So this is how the things are plotting. I have also made another change which you asked me, but I have used the formula which is dividing the sales by the dividing the marketing cost divided by sale to get the CPA. The challenge and why it took me a lot of time to build is because when we are selecting a time-based data, so what I have done, I have plotted five products. So Electrica, Senetra, Total Kamaiga, I have kept the room for the two more products, and then you can compare it with CPA, or and then you can compare it with another two set of parameters you can call. The problem I faced was to split the data from the database on date based and then plot for multiple services. So it's a technical thing. So it took me a lot of time to figure out and automate the whole process so that whatever you will select, that will get fetched in here and it will get plotted. So for example, if you want to plot any other field, let me select Electrica again, and let's say you want to plot the click links. So this you can see the click links. Similarly, if you want to plot the CPA, it will compare the click links with CPA. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but this is how you can compare these two. So you can maybe you can have a profit thing compared with the marketing cost. So it's almost matching one another. I think I am. Let's plot the profit against the CPA. The orange one is showing negative value. Let me see why. I'll see about it. And so you can see it's the profit. The profit is varying from this to how this is how it's working. So once we have more data, maybe July or August, if you want to see the monthly data or maybe you want to plot multiple months in one, you can do that too. So let me plot maybe link clicks. So this is how the link clicks looks like. CTR. I don't know if you want to compare it with CPA or not. So CTR compared. So we are plotting, sorry, CTR. If you want to plot, see only that particular matrix, you have to put it on the top. And the one you want to compare it with will be at the bottom. So this is how it looks like. Let's compare it with something else. So if it makes sense. So if you want to compare the same matrices CPA control with this one for another, you can select the other one and then you can select another one. You can always plot the three, but I don't think so that's going to make any sense. See, all of these are overlapping each other. But yes, to see one matrix at a time for all three services, you can select all three and see the hour chart. But when you are comparing, I think it's better to plot only one service and see how the two things are comparing on each other. But if you want to fix it to ROS and CPA, you can always do that and don't no need to make any changes. Let me select the Electrica. You can always keep it like this. But this will make sense. For this one, again, you need to delete the two so that you can see the comparison how the CPA versus ROS is working. So I think that is it. You can see the below charts are also updating for that particular date, and it's if we compare it, maybe profit. Let's see. So ROS return. Okay, so the profit is obviously there is only a simple margin. I think it's a cost thing which is at the bottom. So yeah, it's the profit which we are plotting, which is obviously on the upper side, and the differential of these two will be the cost, I guess. So yeah, so this is a cost thing. So how we are behaving on the cost and profit, this is how we are behaving. So we are going ahead. At these 2 days, we were negative, I guess, where the cost is low and sorry, the profit is low and the cost is high. Um, let's select another Sanitra. So here always yes, we are not in loss. Let's check the Kamaiga. Kamaiga is again negative on these 2 or 3 dates, whereas it's almost profitable. So I don't know. This is these are the control I made. Now you can have it tested, and you can play with these and pull the logical values to out of it. But this is what we have agreed: ROS, CPA comparison, plotting all three at once, and plotting comparing the one at a time. So the blue is Electrica on the top. But once you are plotting multiple, the first one will be blue, the second one will be red, and the third one will be orange. Let me plot. So first one will be blue, second one orange, red, and the third one is orange. So that is it from my side. I have mentioned this part. If I'm missing anything else, please do let me know. You have anything you have to do is on this tab and on the control tab. Database will get built automatically itself. Arrange database will work on its own. We will delete these charts once we are satisfied. Let me delete these chart right now. Maybe you want to see those in here as well. Then the time-based data, we will hide this and the dashboard. So we can move the dashboard and controls side by side. So whenever you are opening, you can see the dashboard. If you want to update anything, you can go to the controls. And to update this, you just need to press this button, update for the selected month. That is it from my side. Looking forward for your review. Take care. Bye.